Hi there, and welcome back to the second part of finding the correct medium for your content. Today, our focus is on Nearline Disk. I'm Graham Stoner, and I'm part of the media and entertainment team here at SpectraLogic, where we manufacture disk and digital tape archive solutions. You'll remember in our last video, we discussed how the majority of your archived content should live on digital tape. The smaller subset of content that is actively being utilized should live on high-performance primary disk. Content that you need to keep nearby for use within the next 2 to 6 months, however, should live on Nearline Disk. You might remember this archive pyramid. It shows your content should be distributed between these 3 tiers of storage. Let's talk about some examples of how some SpectraLogic customers utilize Nearline Disk in their environments. Lots of our customers prefer to keep the most recent month of raw content on Nearline Disk for quick access while the content is still timely. These customers often add a Nearline platform to provide a middle ground between primary disk and their digital tape archive to serve as a cache for this timely content. They keep their primary disk space sacred for live editing and use their digital tape to store redundant copies for long-term archiving. In other instances, our customers actually expand this middle ground on Nearline Disk and use it as a digital parking lot. Rather than keeping their content for a month on Nearline Disk, they'll keep it for a longer period, maybe 6 months. In both of these scenarios, both cache and digital parking lot, content is kept nearby and can quickly be pulled into primary disk for high-speed work. Let's put it in other terms. As you can see, primary disk is designed to be very fast, but it comes at a premium. Digital tape is designed for cost-effective, robust capacity and is designed for planned access versus nanosecond retrieval. As you can see from this graphic, these media are designed for almost polar opposite uses. The Nearline Disk platform provides the best of both worlds by giving you a middle ground in speed, capacity, and dollars. As we wrap up here, let me summarize. Primary disk and digital tape have very specific yet very different responsibilities in a media and entertainment workflow. Nearline Disk bridges the gap between a primary disk tier and a digital tape archive. It provides various cost-effective options that can easily cater to your organization's needs. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time. For now, please visit our website for more information.